So I'll be talking about how I landed my first job as a doctor in Abuja, Nigeria. Get to like, subscribe, and share if you eventually enjoyed this video or you learned something from this video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Grace. I'm a doctor living in Abuja, Nigeria, and on my channel I talk about my life in medicine, and I also do a lot of lifestyle vlogs. So if you're stopping here for the first time, welcome, and I hope you like it here. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you eventually enjoyed this video or you learned something from this video. So if you guys do not know, mainly after medical school you are given a provisional license to practice for 1 year, and so with that license you're meant to do your internship, which is part of your training as a medical doctor right after uni, right? Basically, we call it internship, housemanship, house job, whatever term you know it as all of them are correct. And it's a compulsory 1 year internship to do for you to get your full practicing license as a doctor. You guys, they just put on the gen, like my neighbors just put on the gen. So if you guys are hearing anything, just know that they just put on the gen, okay? So back to what I was saying. So you need to do this internship to get your full practicing license as a medical doctor. So yeah, I'll be telling you guys how I landed my job as an intern living in Abuja, Nigeria. So basically, after I finished from school in February, I came back to Abuja, and because of I wanted to do my house job in Abuja, I put in most of my applications to hospitals in Abuja. So basically, there are three types of hospitals. So you have the federal hospital, you have the state hospital, and then you have the private hospitals. And you need to know which ones are accredited by the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria for you to know which one to apply for your house job, because not all hospitals are accredited for housemanship, right? So you need to know. So you need to check the MDCN website for hospitals that are accredited. So basically, in Abuja, the federal hospitals which are accredited for housemanship are FMC, that's Federal Medical Center, Jabi, National Hospital Abuja, and University of Abuja. So teaching hospitals. So those are the three federal hospitals. And for the federal hospitals, you need to apply through the MDCN portal. There's a housemanship there's a part where house officers are supposed to apply to get jobs, or they're just supposed to select actually National Hospital, Federal Medical Center, or University of Abuja. If it is available on the portal, you select it and then you automatically get a job in those hospitals. Now, for the state hospitals, which I mainly focused on, because I realized that most of the federal hospitals were never on the portal, and like to really get in, it needs a lot of connections, which I did not have. So I went to do the state and hoped for the best, right? So for the state hospital, when I say state, FCT or Abuja, let's just call Abuja a state, or although it's not recognized as a state in Nigeria, right? So for the state hospitals, they are managed the application process is basically managed by the Hospital Management Board of Abuja. So what did I do, right? I basically wrote an application letter with I had to go and get my application letter. So basically, I wrote an application letter to the Director General of Hospital Management Board. I think their address is I think number 11 Duno Kofia Street area. I think area 11 Gariki, but you should check. So Hospital Management Board of Abuja. So basically, I wrote, dear sir, application for the position of house officer. I most humbly apply for the position of medical house officer in any available general hospital in Abuja Municipal. I obtained my Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery qualification from Babcock University, Ogun State. If engaged, I promise to work hard and devote my time to any assignment given to me in order to make a positive impact in the hospital. I humbly solicit your favorable consideration of my application. Yours faithfully, my signature, and then my name. Then I put my phone number and my email right under my name. And that was the application letter, which was addressed to the Director General of Hospital Management Board. So with that application letter now, you have your application letter. You need to also write your CV. Your CV is your curriculum vitae, or your resume, whatever you want to call it. So you write your CV down and you print it out. You also need to have 3 recommendation letters from the school you finished from. So from your lecturers, from anybody actually in that university, somebody who is reputable. But most times people just go for the lecturers. So 3 recommendation letters from your lecturers. Now let me get more information for you. You need your birth certificate or age declaration, anyone you use normally. Just make sure it is the standard one you've been using from beginning, right? If you have change of name, carry it and show proof that you've changed your name, any of that. Then you need your state of origin. They need your state of origin or local government identification, whatever. So I think I used my state of origin. Then you need your first school living certificate, not the testimonial or the certificate that your school gives you after you finish primary 6. And if you don't have it, then you need to swear an affidavit that, oh, you misplaced it or something like that. Then you need your SSCE certificate, that's your senior secondary school certificate, that's WAEC or NECO, anyone you use. Then if you have any other high school certificate, like if you did A levels or whatever the case may be, then you can also add it to it. Then you need your current practicing license, that's your provisional license, and there's another thing, your annual license, something, I don't know, or something that MDCN gives you two things, so you need to submit two of them. And then so that's that, plus your recommendation letter, which I said, right? So you gather all those documents, right? With your CV, your application letter, everything I just said now, and then you go to the Director General's office in Garki and submit it there. So when you submit it, they stamp your letter, and then you can ask them when next will they be taking house officers. For me, they told me the next time they'll be taking house officers is April, May, and you can see that I've already started my house job, and this is like, okay, I'm shooting this video in April. I started ending of April, so I mean, they didn't lie to me, right? So yeah, that's that. And then after after that, like you literally wait for them to send you a message or for them to call you. Mind you, in Abuja for these general hospitals, there's no interview process. There's no examination you write. There's nothing. So they don't do anything. Like you don't write anything. So you just submit this your application and then you wait for them to call you. So for me, I submitted my application and then I waited for them to call me. I think either ending of March or first week of April. I think it was ending of March. I can't remember the exact date, but ending of March, I was sent a message that I should come and pick up my appointment letter from the D and G, I don't know, from one office in that hospital management board. And that office happens to be directly opposite the office of the Director General. So I just went there and I picked up my letter. So when I picked up my letter, right, I was told to make 7 photocopies of that letter. So that letter is basically a temporary appointment letter. And what's the name? It shows the salary that you earn and everything like that. So I was told to make 7 photocopies. I was told to sign original copy collected by me. So I signed that, made 7 photocopies, and then there are 7 offices that I was supposed to submit to. So 2 were in the hospital management board building, right? While the remaining 5 were in um Federal Capital Territory Administration office. And luckily, this office happens to be very close to the hospital management board. So I literally walked from hospital management board to FCTA, that's Federal Capital Territory Administration office. I submitted the remaining 5. So when it was the last place where I submitted was the FCTA registry. And the FCTA registry, when you submit there, they'll now tell you, okay, you need to do your medicals, which I have said here before, you need to do your medicals. And then when you do your medicals, you would come back and then they'll give you a form. Okay, so in FCTA, that registry, they'll give you this form. Yes, they'll give you this form. This form, yes, I hope you guys can see. They'll give you this form, they'll tell you to go and do your medical. So after you do your medicals and you fill the form, mind you that when you're filling this form, be very careful of what you put in terms of your name, your age, your next of kin, and everything, because that's how they'll be able to trace you and reach you. So after you fill the form, you do your medicals. They tell you to do your medicals in a general hospital in Abuja, right? You have to do your medicals in a general hospital in Abuja, a recognized general hospital in Abuja. Yes. So after you do that, you now write an acceptance letter to them. So you come back with your okay. So basically, what do you do? So you fill the form, do your medicals and everything. So they'll now give you a list of things that you should also bring back to FCTA to submit, which I'm going to read out to you people again. So you bring the application form, you bring a copy of your CV, your birth certificate or declaration of age, anyone, statement of state of origin, primary school living certificate or first school living certificate, SSE, secondary school certificate, any other higher school certificate, current practicing license, not expired. They put it, photocopy of your appointment letter, letter of acceptance. So you have to write a letter of acceptance to FCTA that you have accepted to work with them, and then medical certificate of fitness from FCTA general hospitals only. Then your details of your 2 next of kins, like their house address, your their permanent address, their office address, their phone number, and everything. And then you also make sure you come with the original copies of everything. You come with photocopies of what I just read, and you also come with original copies of what I just read. Original copies is for citing, while the photocopies are the ones you would. The photocopies is the one that you would submit to them, basically. Do you get? So you come with the application form and every other thing that I said there, then you would submit it to that registry office in Federal Capital Territory Administration. Okay. Then after that, why am I laughing? So after that, they'll tell you that they will call you for deployment. So basically, what they are doing within the period when they call you for deployment is that they are going to open a file for you. Civil service is very rigid, and it's very old fashioned and old structure. So they still do with the normal filing, like open like a manual file for you and blah 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 blah. So for me, for the deployment, I submitted my letter on a Friday. That's my acceptance letter and this whole form. Then on Monday, towards the tail end of Monday, I got a call from somebody from Federal Capital Territory Administration that my deployment letter was ready. So I went and picked up my deployment letter on Tuesday, the next day, after I got the call. And then I was also told to make photocopies, I think about seven or I don't know, or five, and submit it to various offices in FCCA. And the last one I should submit to the Director General of Hospital Management Board. So when I took all the letters, I took the letter, I photocopied it, submitted to all the offices, and then to Hospital Management Board, the Office of the Director General of Hospital Management Board. So when I got to Hospital Management Board and I submitted there, they told me that they would call me for for posting, right? So you can see there's appointment, there's deployment, and then there's eventually posting. So I shall did it. I shall submitted to them. I was waiting for them to call me for posting, but I did not hear anything from them. And because of I did my documentation. So all these things I'm telling you now is called documentation, right? So I did my documentation like a long time and they hadn't called me back. So my friend who did later than me told me that after she did her documentation, I think she finished the Friday before, but then they told her that okay, she should come on Tuesday. This was later on, like 2 weeks after I had done mine, right? So she didn't go there on Tuesday, and I think she went there either on Wednesday or Thursday. And when she went on Wednesday or Thursday, that was when she was yeah, that was when she picked up her posting letter. So because of she had picked up her posting letter, I knew that definitely my own would be ready because I did my documentation before her. Do you guys get? So I went eventually and I picked up my letter. So till now, they've not even texted me that my letter is ready or anything. So if you apply to Hospital Management Board, you've gotten your appointment letter, you've done your deployment, you've completed your documentation process. After 1 or 2 weeks, go to their office, go to the office of the registry in Hospital Management Board and tell them you want to pick up your letter because I'm very sure that after 1 or 2 weeks, that letter is ready. They will most likely not call you. So you might be waiting for a long time, and maybe another hospital that you apply to, maybe federal or private, will call you and you just leave while your letter has been ready since. So if you apply to Hospital Management Board, go and check there for your letter, your posting letter after like a week or two. So after that, I picked up my posting letter, and then this was Friday, right? And then Monday, okay, this was Thursday. So Friday, Monday was Salah. So I didn't bother going to the hospital. So on Tuesday, I went to the hospital that I was posted to submit to them. So when I submitted it, they accepted it, and then they told me I should come back the next day and pick up my internal posting letter. So when I came back the next day, I picked up my internal posting letter, and then I picked up. They gave me also a letter of assumption, which I'm supposed to submit to my HOD where they posted me to. So they posted me to surgery. So I submitted to my HOD of surgery, and she signed it. So I took back my letter to um Hospital Management Board, and yeah, that's to show that I have started work in that new hospital, and that is when like maybe 30 days from then will be when I will be paid salary. Do you guys get? Something like that, yeah. But it's to show that oh yes, I have officially started work. Yeah, and that was it. I just basically feel like this thing because it is not based on maybe your intelligence or how well you did in the interview or whatever the case may be. It is best to have somebody who would follow up with your application because a lot of people really apply to this hospital management board and they just call very few people. Like in my batch, they only call 30 doctors. Just don't submit it and go and sleep and say, okay, they will call me. No. The documentation process was a bit stressful, it was a bit tedious, but I mean, it's not something that you cannot do. Do you get? And I mean, you just be grateful that eventually you got a job and everything like that. So that's that for that. And then if you're doing a private hospital in Abuja, I know there are only two private hospitals that take for house officers. That's Abuja Clinics and Garki Hospital. And for those hospitals, you have to do a direct application to them, and then eventually I think they'll call you for whatever, maybe for an interview, and then they'll shortlist, and that's that others. But for the general hospital or for the hospital management board, no, you just submit your application, they will send you a message, you do your documentation, you would report to your place of posting, and you start work. And that's that. Okay. So yeah, that's how I secured my job as a doctor or as a medical house officer in Nigeria. And I'll be currently doing my house job for the next 1 year. And I'm praying that everything goes well. I mean, for me, the hospital I really wanted to get posted to, I didn't get it. I got somewhere that was farther, But I'm grateful to God that I still got somewhere, like somewhere that is good. Obviously, there'll be more to come. I should start doing vlog now that I have stuff going on in my life. Yeah, so that's it. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask me in the comment section or send me an email. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, bye.